Thank you for your time today. I think for the wider audience, it'd be really interesting to understand a bit more about the Kingfisher business.
Back in the last year, we looked at developing our cloud strategy. So as part of Kingfisher's group technology strategy, cloud is a key deliverable as part of that. The Embrace cloud program was started to ensure that we've got a mechanism for delivering that change across group technology, and that has sort of driven us to actually sort of developing a corporate strategic relationship with Google in November last year.
Now that we're going through the actual project, what's kind of surprised you from a GCP perspective that you didn't expect to encounter, I guess, from a hyperscaler?
I think one of the things we've been in discussion with a number of other parties around their experience. I think one of the key things that was surprising is stability. We've been utilizing services for some while, but the stability of services when we're building them in GCP has been really good. Together with some of the capabilities we're seeing around additional automation, I think that's exciting. I think it's something that will hopefully drive our operation of SAP into greater efficiency.
When you run an SAP system, there's always a level of other projects going on, and certainly the size of Kingfisher is no different. How have you managed to incorporate this move to the cloud with the other projects that are going on within your business?
I think we're still working on that. Communication with our business is really important. So there are people on the program that are really focusing on that at the moment. It's about understanding what else is coming through, though, in terms of projects. We are moving from one place to another, so we're not changing anything functionally. It's a move of our data, and our interfaces are the complex thing that we've got to do here. So making sure that everything can talk to everything at the end of this move is probably the biggest challenge we've got. And if we do that right, then the system that left one place and arrived at the other place, projects should be able to continue to use the systems
as we go through this migration. And then actually also, once the SAP systems are in the cloud, what's keeping you up at night? What are you worried about?
Services availability. That's we're a retailer at the end of the day, and keeping services running for our customers is uber important. So production services, absolutely. Making sure that our environments are there when they need to be there for our delivery guys, and making sure that we can get that innovation and that change of the business need through our environments is the most important thing, really.
Running SAP services in the cloud is going to give us that capability to also show where the cost of the service is. So our operating companies can actually see the exact cost of running various SAP services, and giving that transparency to them, and about how they can make some decisions around making that spend more effective is certainly something that we need to spend some time on, and actually make sure that that's communicated widely across the business.
Is downtime a concern as you sort of negotiate with the business?
Yes, I think it's any change. I mean, we've been running SAP for some years. Getting outage periods for maintenance is a real challenge, and we have to make sure that we go through that process and everybody is on board with how we do that. Our aim, when we move to cloud, is to try and reduce that downtime and actually make it a much easier conversation with those operating companies going forward. We've seen, speaking to other companies, that's a reality in terms of the advantages we're seeing in terms of reduced downtime.
And hindsight is 2020. Is there anything you do differently at this stage of the decision-making process, or as part of the program that we're on?
Obviously, in terms of our SAP migration to cloud, there are a number of impacts around how we as an organisation adapt to take advantage of that. I think understanding how we can utilise that capability for things like environment management, testing, and lots of services on the on the outside of the core delivery is something we probably can take in hindsight we probably could have looked at that earlier in the life cycle.
So I think the idea of simplicity over complexity is really one of the things that we set out to do from the start. That was what we wanted.
Yeah.
What I think we found is that the complexity of we're a big organisation, so we're complex, and just things that we didn't really think would be as a bigger problem as they were. Things like network, things like making sure that we've got security, the security rights, the network bandwidth and design rights from the start were all things that we ran into. We've dealt with them really well, and they're all fine and sorted now. But we maybe took longer to get those things resolved than we would have wanted, because we didn't really put the right focus on that to start with. So yeah, just things like that.
In terms of where you were at the beginning when you started this process to where you are now, do you still see that the level of disruption that you thought you were going to get, or is it a project that actually goes seamlessly into the overall program that Kingfisher are running?
We've been running SAP maintenance Windows for some years. I think the levels of outages we're seeing through the planning we're doing, Lemongrass, is showing similar levels. I think it's something we'll manage through, but I don't think we're seeing any additional disruption than we anticipated.
Agreed. Yep. So it's early days, but expectations are similar to outages that we've previously seen.
In terms of your partner landscape at Kingfisher, how important is it to choose the right partner for the right project? Absolutely
key. I think it's the reasons for choosing Lemongrass is it's not just about SAP expertise, it's SAP and an extensive track record of managing and hosting services in Google. Choosing the right partner for that is key, because you can't bring in a separate SAP partner and a separate cloud partner, because you need that combined expertise. So choosing the right partner is absolutely key to delivery.
Thank you for putting your faith in Lemongrass, and I look forward to the journey ahead and realising the benefits that we've just talked about.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.